Basically, you have to have like a score of 75 out of 100
Okay.
in every subject.
In every subject.
Yes.
Okay. Most students aren't on scholarship, so what sort of fees are they paying?
Per semester is
What sort of monthly rent would a student pay if they're staying in a
we don't
dormitory?
pay for monthly, we pay for semester.
Okay,
For the whole
semester.
semester. It's
So a semester would be
about-
half the year. Huh? In the West, I don't think there are probably any universities where university students wear uniform, but in Thailand, it's very different. So, I'm here today with Evans, who is a student here at Chiang Mai University. What's the proper name for Chiang Mai University?
Chiang Mai University is the proper name.
The proper name, okay.
Yes.
And Evans is studying here across the road from where we are now, in this building over here, is that right?
Yes, this building. That building.
Oh,
that
this building over here.
About that, you see that metal sheet. Yeah, that the building with metal sheet.
Okay, and that one is the physics or science building, and what's the name of that faculty?
It's a physics faculty.
The
Yes.
physics faculty.
This is one of the research building.
one of the
the
research
physics
building.
building is that one. It's recently,
Yeah,
it's recently renovated. So yeah,
Okay.
it looks a little bit new.
but Evans is normally across the road when he's studying, but we're here on the other side of the road because this is one of the several canteens or cafeterias for the students where they like to come obviously and have their coffee and food, and it's very convenient for you because it's just across the road from where you're studying. So we'll have a look around here. At the moment it's quite quiet. What time is it? About 3 in the afternoon, I think.
This is
So it's fairly quiet at the
it's 2 in
moment.
the afternoon now.
2 in the afternoon. And when's the busiest time here?
The
normally?
busiest time is about lunchtime, so it's 12.
Okay. So a lot of students come here at 12 o'clock, and there are little cafes here, little fast food cafes. So I can see some typical Thai food in there. I see some chicken on a stick. And so most of the students will eat the food from these little cafes, is that right?
Yes.
They don't normally bring their own food with them.
No, normally we don't.
No. Because I guess it's a good value. Is
Yes,
that right?
good value is not expensive.
As we can see, most of the tables are empty at the moment. There are not many students here at the moment. And this is actually a cheaper cafeteria than the other one, or the other ones, because there are lots of fans here. You can see the fans, but there's no air conditioning, which is understandable because it's pretty open, isn't it? It's got open outside walls here, so it would actually be very difficult to air condition this space because it's not inside. But it's because there's no air conditioning, it seems pretty cool at the moment. It's not too.
Yeah, it's not hot at all.
Not hot at
because
all.
there's a lot of trees.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
it's
breeze
pretty
coming
shaded
in.
and there's a lot of trees.
But you said it's actually slightly cheaper than the other cafeteria because it doesn't have air conditioning.
It's cheaper than the big one, the
Cheaper
air
than the big
conditioned
one.
one.
And that's-
There are cheaper cafeteria. Yeah, they're cheaper.
Yeah.
But this one is closer to my faculty, so I eat here
Yes,
a lot more.
it's very convenient for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
During lunchtime, this place is packed.
Yeah.
Every seat is full.
Oh, really?
During lunchtime. yes.
Okay. And it's also a place, I'm guessing it's also a place for students to meet up with each other, not only to have food, but also just as a meeting place, I guess. Is
Yeah,
that
they
right?
do. They do meet here to talk about their life and their stuff.
And so they meet here, maybe some of them even do some studying together, perhaps sometimes, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know.
Most likely not at the cafeteria because
No.
it's a little bit loud.
It's a bit too loud
Yeah, a
and
little
too
bit loud
public.
for- yeah, too public.
Yeah. Here's some students, but this is. No, this seems unusual because
We asked for student price.
these students are wearing their typical Thai university uniform, but they don't look like Thais. They look like foreign students.
Yeah, a lot of foreign students here.
Okay, but they also have to
We've got
wear
a lot of foreign students.
they also have to wear the regulatory uniforms, yeah,
Yes.
which is a very different thing to I think universities and certainly in the West.
It is different.
In the West, I don't think there are probably any universities where university students wear uniform, but in Thailand, it's very different.
It is.
So those foreign students we just saw walking past us, They have to wear the uniform just the same as the Thai students.
They do have to wear it as well. But
So-
in Chiang Mai University, it's not that mandated. It's not like
Oh, okay.
really forced to wear it. It's varies from differently from different faculty. Like my faculty, my
Yeah.
physics department, they don't force us to wear it. We can wear it if we want, but it's not like a strict rule.
Okay.
You can wear whatever you want for my
Okay.
for my faculty.
Okay. More
But
students coming. We'll move back.
Right now, this building is political
Yes.
science.
Uh-huh.
The rules are a little bit more strict. Yeah. So
Okay.
a lot of them are going to wear more uniform.
So, what do you think those foreign, non-Thai students? What do you think they're probably studying here?
I think probably political science, yeah, because we're
Yeah.
in political science. This building is political science building.
And I'm guessing, of course, in that case, that they're not being taught in Thai, because I don't suppose many of them would speak or write
We
in
do
Thai
have international
fluently.
programs that we have.
So that's what I'm
international
wondering.
programs
I'm
that
guessing
teach-
that they, yeah. So if they're in the political science faculty, then that subject is also taught in English, I guess, is it?
I'm not sure, but we do have international programs where everything is taught in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everything.
Because I'm guessing, there are very few, say, Western students, maybe other Asians, but from other parts of Asia who speak Thai, but I think there are very few Western students who are fluent in Thai. And I
Not
guess
just-
you need to be fluent in Thai to do a university
Not
degree.
just
yeah?
Western students, we also have a lot of Chinese students.
Yeah, and would some of them learn Thai before they come here?
Some of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you learn Thai, it's easier to communicate and
Yes.
to live here.
And they can also study in a faculty which doesn't teach in English, they teach in Thai. If their Thai is good enough, they can study the same way as the Thai students, I guess.
They can, absolutely can. Yeah.
So, okay, so you said there are a lot of foreign students here in Chiang Mai at the university. Huh?
I've seen quite a few, yes.
And what do you think most of them are studying here? Do you know what they study?
I never asked them before. Yeah, I don't know because
You
I
have
don't know
any
any
idea?
of them. I don't ask them. I know that some of them study software engineer over at the different part of the uni. The
Okay.
other side, yeah, way other side. I know that a lot of them study like software engineer and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so you told me before there are actually a huge number of students at the universities, 40,000 students here.
Last I looked it up, it's about 35,000.
35,000, okay. Which is a pretty big university, certainly by Western standards.
It is pretty big.
That's a pretty big university. And you also said, I think, there are one or two faculties that the university is most well known for, most famous for.
Most well known for is medicine.
For medicine.
Medicine is
okay.
the most well known.
So, So and it's probably more difficult to get a place to study with
Very
medicine.
difficult. Actually, Chiang Mai University is, I can't remember if it's second place or the third place in Thailand university ranking. In second place or third place of the most difficult to get into in terms of medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So big competition to get.
Yeah,
to
really
get
big.
here.
The competition is really big.
So you need to have good grades when you leave school. Is that
Yeah,
the,
you
is
have
that the thing?
a very good grade.
Very good grades in order to get a
They
place.
have minimum requirement. Minimum requirement for medicine is 3.75 GPA.
Okay, I'm not sure what how that grading system works.
That is B plus. B plus.
Okay, again, I'm not familiar with the grading system here in Thailand, but
Basically, you have to have like a score of 75 out of 100
okay,
in every subject.
in every subject.
Yes.
Okay. How many subjects do students at school before they come to university? How many subjects do they do their final school exams in? They have quite a lot of subjects. they
School
study.
exams. It's been 4 years, so I can't remember that well.
I mean, is it just a few? In the UK, it's normally only 3 or 4, and
Well,
in
it's more
other
than that. It's
countries,
about 5. Yeah, it's about 5.
Okay, well, that's actually still quite few. In most European countries, the sort of French baccalaureate type system, you take exams in maybe 10 or more subjects. Practically every subject at school is part of your school leaving certificate. In the UK, it's normally only 3 or 4. It's far fewer subjects. So people specialize before they go to university.
Yes. Yes. For leaving school, we have to take a test of every subject for leaving school. But
Okay.
getting into uni is a different test.
Oh, you
we
do a
have
separate
centralized
test.
tests for
Okay.
getting into uni.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. So you don't, okay, the admission process does not depend on your school leaving exams, but on a separate
It does
exam.
depend. It does depend because
On both.
It directly affects your grade. Yeah.
Okay, but you take a separate exam to go to into the
Yes,
university.
separate exam. Yes.
Okay, I think that's different from a lot of countries as well.
Yes, we have
So I think
separate.
in most countries, the admission requirements depend only on your school results, and you're saying that after leaving school, you have to take a separate exam or
Yes.
separate exams
Yes.
in order to get into the university.
Yes.
Okay, that's the difference with most Western countries. I
It's a
think.
test that we have to pay for actually.
Oh, you do?
We have to
Okay.
pay to take the test.
Is it expensive?
Quite a bit. It's like 700 baht. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's-
I mean, if you
it's
put
not
that into
too cheap,
dollars,
not too
it's
expensive.
yeah. But I think 700 baht would be about 25 US dollars.
Yes.
Is that right? So, okay, it could be worse. It could be worse, probably. Yeah.
But you have to take into account that our cost of living is very low. Yeah. Our
Yeah,
minimum
your
wage is
your
really
income
low.
is low. Yeah,
Yeah.
your income is low. Okay, so you lead me around. Show me around, please. Is there anything if you think is interesting to look at here? Then we can have a look
Let's walk
together.
around, yeah.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Because it's quite late now. It's after lunchtime. It's
Okay.
way past lunchtime now.
That's why it's so
a lot of
quiet,
close-
yeah.
A lot of shops are closed.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Normally there are packs. The line are
A
way
long-
yeah.
a long line,
You
a
have
long-
to wait like
a long
10,
queue
15
here,
minutes to
yeah.
get a dish. Yeah.
So here people are getting food or drinks
Yes.
here, no? Okay, here's an example of the Thai menu here. So I'm looking at the prices on your Thai menu, and I see most of the dishes, they start at 30 baht and they go up to 40 baht. So 40 baht is pretty well exactly €1, which is about $1.10. And that would be that's actually for a main meal. So there's a meal that looks like fried chicken and rice, and that's 35 baht, which again is just over $1.
Yes.
A
just
US
over-
dollar.
Just a little bit over a
It's
dollar.
maybe $1.05
Yes.
for a meal. That one there looks more like pork,
pork,
maybe,
yeah.
yeah, pork, and that's also the same price, 35 baht. Yeah, it's about just over $1. So less than
Pork
€1.
knuckle, yeah. Pork knuckle.
Sorry, what is that?
Pork knuckle.
Pork knuckle, okay,
Yeah.
and that's a popular dish.
Yeah.
And so this is pretty typical for most students coming here at lunchtime. They will get a dish like one of these. Yeah?
Yes, they will get a dish like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty small cafeteria, not a lot of options.
No.
Not a lot of options. No.
So the other one, the air conditioned ones inside,
Yes.
you have a bigger choice of food in
Yeah,
there?
we have bigger choice of food. We have 2-story,
Yeah.
2-floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
2-floor. We have, so we can choose from a lot more shops. Yeah. A lot more dishes.
So here's a very tired student here. Look.
Yeah. That's a small coffee shop.
Coffee shop, yeah, looks like a bakery. So let's have a look at the political science bakery. So we've got croissants, we've got waffles. They look like almond croissant. What are we paying for those here? Does that have the prices up here?
Yeah, ranging from 25 to 35. Yeah.
Made with love. Croissant. And they're also about 35 baht, you said? About $1.
$12. Yes.
Yeah, and the coffee. Good fresh coffee as well.
Yes. Freshly made.
Freshly made and probably locally grown as well, huh?
We do grow a lot of local coffee. Yes.
So yeah, we're right in the middle of the Thai coffee growing region, aren't we here?
Yeah, we are.
I know
A
near
little
me
bit
in
north-
Chiang Rai,
a
Chiang
little
Dao,
bit north to northern, yeah.
or Doi Chang,
Yeah,
I should say,
Doi
Doi
Chang.
Chang, which is near Chiang Rai. So what are we paying here for coffee? So have a look at the menu here. So starting again, 35 baht, which is about $1.05, $1.10 for a coffee.
For hot coffee, yeah.
For hot coffee, iced coffee is probably more popular. You're paying a bit more for that, 40 baht, which is €1, about $1.10, $1.15 for a smoothie. So most people in there, because it's a very hot country, I guess most of the students will be drinking iced coffees or smoothies. Yeah.
Yeah, iced coffee, smoothie and tea. Yeah.
Or tea
A lot
as
of
well.
milk tea. We drink a lot of milk tea. You know, the famous Thai tea, Thai milk tea.
With a lot of sugar.
Yeah, a lot of sugar. Yeah.
Thai
No
people
sugar
have
is
very
not-
sweet tooth.
Yeah, no sugar is not delicious. Yeah. It doesn't taste good with no sugar.
If you ask for a coffee in Thailand, you have to make a point of telling them no sugar. Otherwise, they will put in 2 or 3 teaspoons of sugar before you even ask. Yeah?
It's still less sweet than American.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, the Coca-Cola maybe. Yeah.
And thing is, we use proper sugar. We use real sugarcane sugar. We don't use high fructose corn syrup, so it's
Okay.
not that bad for
It's
your
not
body.
so refined as
Yeah,
the...
it's not so refined. Yeah, it's a lot better than high fructose corn syrup.
Okay. That sounds very scientific. I can tell you're a science student. So, where do we go from here?
Yeah, let's go see the air conditioning.
I see there's another cafeteria up there as well, is that right?
No, that's
Or is that-
the
what is
place
that?
for. It's a place for students to hang out. Yeah, yeah, it's just a simple seating area for political
Yeah.
science students. Yeah, sometimes they have to wait for class and such,
Yeah.
so they have some place to sit and hang out.
Oh yeah. There's a few sleepy looking students here as well, I notice. So what about, I see people have all got their iPads or laptops or tablets or their phones, of course. What about what's the internet situation like here?
Internet, we have free Wi-Fi. Yeah, free
You have
Wi-Fi
free
across-
Wi-Fi?
all across the uni.
All across the uni. And what sort of speeds do you have with that? Good speed?
Pretty fast, but during peak hours, it can get a little slow. Yeah?
When everybody's using it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people using it at the same time. It's going to get slow, of course, but
And you can see how most of the students come here, because outside we have this pretty big car park area, or I should say bike parking area. And there must be a few hundred small capacity scooters and motorbikes here. Very popular. This is the most popular mode of transport in Thailand. And I'm guessing that most students, like these arriving now, are on a scooter or a small motorbike of some sort. Yeah. So all around the campus, you've got these large parking areas where people leave their bikes. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about the internet. What sort of speeds do you think you have here?
I tested it before. I got like 90 megabytes sometimes 150 megabytes.
Well, it's still very good.
Not megabits, yeah.
Megabits per second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
megabits per second, yeah.
So 50 or 90,
90 to 150.
and that's on the sort of Wi-Fi. That's the Wi-Fi,
Yeah, Wi-Fi, yeah.
and that's available for anybody. So it's also possible either to work here using that internet, or of course to do the other usual things you do with the internet.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
So what's this here? What's this bus here?
Oh, this is
Electric
the-
shuttle car. What's this?
This is the shuttle car for the students, yeah.
Yeah. Well, where's that going? And what's about here? What's happening
They
here?
have their own designated route, yeah.
Okay.
You see that?
So we have
their
here's
own
the,
designated route.
here's the bus stop sign, and it's written
the
in
bus
English.
is free for all uni students.
Okay, so it's written here in English and in Thai.
yeah.
So we're at the Faculty of Political Science and Public Administration, and I see this bus seems to be going to Pai Lom entrance. That's the entrance of the university, is that
Right, that
right?
is the next stop, yeah.
Next stop. And you said, and those are electric buses,
Yeah,
yeah?
they're electric, 100% electric.
100% electric, and
And
they
they're
run
free.
right around the whole campus.
Yeah, all day.
And students can travel with those buses for free.
For free, for student only.
Students only, so I won't make the mistake of, I'll be a very old student, so I won't make the mistake, the most ancient student in Thailand, if not the world, so I won't make the mistake of trying to get on that free
You can
bus.
pretend to be a professor here. and
I'd
get
have
on
to
the
put
bus
a
for
wig
free.
on, I think, to be a student.
You can pretend to be a professor.
I could be a
get on the
professor,
bus,
yeah. I'd have to change my clothes. I'd have to wear more like you, wear a shirt and tie and a jacket. Yeah. Then I'd maybe look more like a professor, yeah. Okay, so we got here, look, this is an interesting subject here. So we've got these signs here, which of course we can see. And the bottom it says dormitory. Now this, we were talking about earlier, about
Yes.
the students and their accommodation and so on. And 35,000 students at the moment. And how many of those do you think are actually living or staying in student dormitories?
I think about a couple thousand.
Not
No
so
more than
many.
A couple
then,
thousand. I don't think
Not
that's
so
a lot.
many, okay,
Yeah,
a couple
not
of
too many.
thousand. But, and you said it tends to be first year students
Yeah, tends to be first year student. Yeah.
because they probably, maybe if they don't come from Chiang Mai, they don't know their way around so much,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
haven't found a place to live.
Exactly. Yeah. And some of them don't have like the scooter. They don't have motorbike to travel around. So,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's
Staying inside
convenient
is,
then,
it's convenient. You
it's
can
more
walk
for them to
around, yeah.
stay in a dormitory. And is that quite good value, a dormitory? Cheap?
I would say it's very cheap, but it's very old and run down. Yeah.
Old and run down.
yeah.
So what sort of I mean, again, this is a very important subject for a lot of students. I know in the UK and probably in the US as well, students pay a lot of money for their accommodation, either privately in private rental accommodation, or even I think if they're in campus accommodation. So what sort of money are you talking about? When you say it's good value, what sort of monthly rent would a student pay if they're staying in a dormitory?
We don't pay for monthly, we pay for per semester.
Okay,
yeah,
semester.
For the whole semester.
So a semester would be half the year, huh?
7,500, yeah. 7,500, yeah.
So that's for a semester is how long? About 4 or 5 months?
4 or 5 months, yeah. About 5 months.
So,
yeah.
okay, semester is 7,500 for 5 months. So 7,500, bringing it back into Western money, that's about, it's about 250 US dollars. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
250 US dollars is what you pay for, say, 5 months.
5 months, yes.
So you're paying $50, $50 US dollars a month.
Yeah, roughly, yeah, roughly.
You're paying about $50 US dollars a month for your accommodation.
Yes.
I think a few students watching this might have a heart attack right now, because they're probably paying more like 500 where they come from.
Yeah, but
in the US.
Pretty old and run down, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they're not wonderful either in some of the Western universities. So, okay, so they're paying equivalent to $50 US dollars a month
Yes.
if they stay in a dormitory. Now, if they move out and they probably, okay, and you said that in the dormitory they're also sharing a room. They're not,
Yeah, sharing a room,
they don't
yeah.
have their own room, they have a bunk
no.
bed, you said, yeah?
Yeah, bunk bed.
So there might be 2 or even 3 students in one room, is that
Yeah,
right?
two or three, depending on the dorm, yeah, depending on the building. There are different dormitory building, yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them is 3, some of them is 2, yeah.
So, I mean, that's still, okay, it's fairly cheap,
Yeah.
but then again, you don't have a huge amount of privacy,
No privacy at all, and also you don't have your own bathroom.
or you share a
Yeah,
bathroom.
you share a bathroom, yeah.
Just for that one room,
Yes.
3 people.
No. You share a bathroom like the whole floor.
Really?
Yes. So about about 40-50 person per bathroom.
Oh dear, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it wouldn't
Kind
be
of
my,
like military style.
it wouldn't be my choice. And you said there were quite strict rules as well, is that right?
Yeah. It's very strict. The rules very strict. Yeah.
Because they're not allowed to have visitors,
No visitor allowed. Yeah.
especially of the opposite sex.
No. They can't even go into each other's dorms. Like
They can't
premise,
even-
They can't even get into the premise after which time? At 8 p.m. Yeah, after 8 p.m. No
PM.
opposite sex
So-
near the premise.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And the students themselves have to be home,
By
you said
midnight.
by midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And they can only leave after 6 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are curfew period.
So I guess you have like a probably some sort of a watchman or a guard on the entrance or something like that. Yeah?
We always have a watchman or guard on.
And he's checking the IDs and so on of the people coming in and out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always checking. Yes.
Okay. So anyway, I was asking before. So you may have 2 or 3 people sharing a room. They're only paying about $50 US dollars a month.
Yes.
They share a bathroom with how many? 30, 40 other students?
30, 40, or even 50. Yeah, for the
Okay.
whole floor. Yeah, it's one bathroom per floor.
Okay. But okay, so the alternative then, especially after the first year maybe, when they've done that for a year and they've decided after a year of sharing a bathroom with 30 other people, it's not for them. It may be a good option in terms of value for money, but it's not the nicest way to live, I guess. So the alternative is that they move into rental accommodation,
Yeah.
private rental
Private
accommodation.
rental. Yeah.
And they would tend to then not necessarily to share a room, but to share the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So typically students will share with 2 or 3 other students, or
It depends if you want privacy or not. If you want privacy, you don't have to share the room. But
no, I
if
don't mean
you-
sharing a room. I mean share the apartment.
apartment.
Yeah. So they normally share an apartment, students.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think a student typically pays in the private rental accommodation?
A private rental accommodation is per month is about 5,000 to 6,000, depending on the quality of the place.
That's not terribly cheap. I mean,
Not cheap at all.
not cheap at all. No,
Yeah,
because
some-
I think
yeah.
I think a typical Thai rent is about 5,000
Yeah.
baht a month. Yeah.
4,500 is a minimum. I would say it is the minimum, and it's very old.
Okay.
At that.
So if we said 5,000, that's about 150 US dollars.
Yeah, per month.
150 US dollars, but still, by Western standards, that's, I know people don't have the same amount of money here, but still it's good value compared with what a lot of students in the West are paying. but it's say about 150 US dollars for a private rental accommodation.
Yes.
Okay. And they may or may not be sharing that accommodation
may not, yes.
with other students. And there are certain, I'm guessing there are parts of town that are maybe near here, maybe Niman is a popular area, I don't know, near the university, parts of town where you have more students.
Yes.
Because that's near the university. Yeah?
We have more students at the back of uni, yeah, the back gate.
Okay.
Okay, what do you say this? How do I say this? It's near the Faculty of Engineering, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big gate at the Faculty of Engineering. We call that the back of university, yeah. In Thai, say Lang Mo. Yeah, it's an area with a lot of food stall. They sell a lot of foods and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, also a lot of shops. And those at that area, we have a lot of apartments and accommodation for the uni student, yeah.
Okay.
So most students live there.
Okay. And I think you told me before, and I think we're planning to go and have a look in that, I guess you could call it the student part of town, the part of
Yes.
town where students prefer to live because it's near the university.
Yeah, it's really near.
They also have their own cafes and other places they like
Yeah,
to go
yes.
to. Yeah?
A lot of restaurants, cafe and stuff.
Cafes and restaurants, and I think
Yeah.
we're planning to go there in the evening because right now, of course, we're in the middle of the day. It's not the best time to go and have a look, but later on we'll go and have a walk around that area where the students tend to go in the evening when they're together in the evening. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll go there, yeah.
We're going to look at the cafes, or is there a market area that we're going to
I
check
think
out?
we can look at both, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's very close, yeah.
So the market area is also popular with students?
Really popular, yeah, because there's a lot of food.
Ah,
a
okay.
lot of
That's
food,
the
yeah.
street food, the
Yeah,
famous
street food styles.
famous Thai street
Yes,
food. Okay.
street food style. We have pretty much any style of food there.
So
Chinese food, Thai food.
okay, well that'll be
Western food,
that's something
yeah.
I'd like later when we go there. I'm going to quiz you about the street food. And you can give a quick introduction to the sort of food on offer in the street. No?
Sure.
And that's where a lot of students will have their
Yes.
evening meals, is that right?
Yeah, evening meals, yeah. Or even snacks,
Even snacks, okay. We can chat. What were we talking about before? We were talking about, oh yes, you were saying about the dormitories
Yes.
that you'd forgotten to mention. One reason that they're such good value, well, there's several reasons they're good value. They're shared rooms, so they have 2 or 3 in one bedroom. They share a bathroom with maybe 30 other people.
Yes.
That's going to be, well, I wouldn't like to imagine what that's like.
horrible.
And you said there's no air conditioning,
There's no air conditioning, yeah.
so that could be can get pretty hot.
Yes, that's pretty hot in the summer, yeah. In the summer, it's 40 degrees.
Yeah. And I think we talked about the alternative. They move out of those student residences and pay about 5,000 baht maybe for a private rental apartment. Yeah.
Yeah, about 5,000 to 6,000.
But on the other hand, if they manage to share it, maybe just 2 of them
Yeah.
for 4 or 5,000 and paying 2,500, less than $100
Yeah, less than 100.
a month for a shared apartment.
Yeah, but that doesn't include utilities like electricity.
Yeah, okay, water is pretty cheap. Electricity is also by international standards pretty cheap. But I know, of course, what we can't forget about is that incomes here are much lower than in the West. And you said this is an important subject we should talk about, is the student fees, the tuition fees and so on.
Yes,
yeah?
the tuition fee. Yes.
You mentioned that the exam costs about $700
Yes.
to get into the university. That's, what did we say? It was about 250 US
Yes.
for the exam, the entrance exam fee. And then the actual tuition fees once you're here, like you, for example. Unless you're on a scholarship, I guess. If you're on a scholarship, you may not have to pay that. But if most students aren't on scholarship, so what sort of fees are they paying?
Per semester is 16,000 baht per semester.
Okay, and in Thailand you have 2 semesters each year or 3?
We have 2 semesters that's mandatory, and then the semester which is summer, it is optional.
Okay.
Yeah, summer is optional.
Okay. So how much did you say it was again for the?
16,000.
So it's 32,000. So just over $1,000
Yes.
a year, 12 months,
Yes, a year.
is the student tuition fee.
Yes, this is for the normal program, not the international program.
Okay, for the normal program.
Yes.
That's the sort of thing that you're doing, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm doing the normal program. Yes.
Yeah. So again, if you put it into Western currency, it's just over $1,000 US. It's less than 1,000 euros, and quite a lot less than 1,000 pounds. Again, compared with the West, actually, even taking into account the lower incomes here, that isn't so high.
Yeah, it is
You
very
know,
affordable.
in the US, people, and in the UK, people take out loans which they, if they pay them back, they're paying them back for the rest of their lives probably. They're paying back, I don't know, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, maybe even more, after they leave university.
And that's a lot. We do have student loans, but it's not
loans,
that hard to pay off.
No, if you've got a total, if you're here for 3 years, and you have a total tuition fee of $3,000 over 3 years, obviously that's very much lower than in the West.
It is a lot lower.
Most Western countries, I mean, and again, there are some countries still, not many these days, like Germany, where it's more or less free to study, where there are basically no student tuition fees. But I think these days there are very few countries where it's free to study.
Yes, very few.
Okay. Yeah, we're sitting on the second floor of the main or the largest cafeteria.
Yeah, the newest, yeah.
Newest cafeteria. And one big difference from where we were before is that this place is air conditioned, so it's a lot cooler
Yeah, it is a lot cooler.
than the other one. Yeah. Yeah, we've got ourselves what are these things? Smoothies. Yep.
Yeah, smoothies.
Fruit smoothies. Yeah.
Freshly made too.
Freshly made. Yeah. About $1 each. Okay. Very nice. What were we talking about before? Tuition fees.
Yes, tuition fee, yes.
What about other costs here being at the university? What other costs do students have?
Other than the tuition fee, I don't think there's too many costs, except like cost of living and stuff. Yeah.
Regular cost of living. So you don't have to have special health insurance or...
Everything is included in the 16,000. Yeah, everything is included.
What about textbooks and things like that?
Textbook. We barely need textbook now.
No, it's all done online, I guess.
Yeah, it's online, and people now they use iPad. We have PDF file now. We use everything through iPad. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty digital, yeah.
Yes, everything is digitized now.
Yeah.
Except some subject that we need books. Just like English, yeah. Only English needs book, yeah. English subject.
Yeah. Okay. And before, when we were in the other, or outside the other cafeteria, we saw quite a few Western foreign students also wearing Thai uniforms. Is there much interaction? Is there much connection between the local, Thai students and the foreign students?
For me personally, I don't know any of them. Yeah, I don't have the chance to make friends of them and get to know them, those students. But I think they're pretty isolated, in my opinion. Yeah, I never see them hang out with other Thai students. This is just from my experience, though.
Yeah. It may be a language thing as well, of course.
Yeah, language barrier, yes.
But probably much more of an issue for the Westerners who can't speak Thai rather than Thais who can't speak English in particular. I guess these days most of your student colleagues are pretty good, maybe not as good as you at English, but I guess most students here at the university can speak English quite well.
They can communicate to a certain degrees, but there's still a little bit of barrier there. Yeah, also, Thai people are very shy toward foreigner.
Very shy.
Yeah, shy.
So a little bit, okay,
They are a little bit afraid.
reserved,
You know?
a little bit afraid.
Yeah, they don't want to speak. They don't want to speak with imperfect English. Yeah,
Okay.
they're afraid that we'll get mocked and stuff. You know,
Uh-huh,
they don't want
okay.
to be wrong.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. A little bit self-conscious about their English, maybe.
not enough confidence. Yeah,
Okay. And most students here are doing like a bachelor type course, and they're going to spend 3 or probably maximum of 4 years,
4 years.
or maybe 8
4
semesters or 4 years here.
The standard is 4 years. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And in some countries, I'm going back again to the UK, there's a tradition of actually looking for a place to study which is quite a long way away from where you grew up or where you went to school. So, in other words, if you're Thai, it would be if you come from Bangkok, that you would make a point of maybe going to Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai to study rather than in a local Bangkok university. Is that the sort of tradition in Thailand as well, or is it
Not
not so much?
necessary. Not necessary. Not necessary. We just look at which university is best or which is most suited for us, and then we compare it to our grade, our test score. Yeah, like I mentioned, the test score that we have to the entrance exam test.
Yeah.
It's a standardized test. You know.
Yeah.
You will get a score, and then we have to use that score to apply to each university.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we select the uni that suited for us most. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some uni are a little bit further away, but the requirement is a bit lower. You know, the competition is a little bit lower, so some people may choose that.
I think in the UK in particular, choosing a place which is not near where you went to school, where you grew up, where your family is, where your parents are, has more to do with going away to university and having a different life experience. You know, student life is, of course, it's about studying, but it's also a lot about social life in the West. I think that's the same in the States. So there's a big tradition of, student parties and that sort of thing. So I think maybe that's one of the reasons people like to go to a different place, a place that they haven't been before. It's all part of being a student, is sort of new experiences. Would you say it's the same in Thailand or less so?
We Asians, our parents are a little bit more protective. Yeah, we like our family closer together. So yeah, like my mom, I have the chance to go to the uni at Bangkok, the top uni in Thailand, but my mom just wouldn't let me because it's too far away from her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the whole thing about living at home? You see, I went to university in the UK, but I also went to university in Germany, in Freiburg. And one of the huge differences between the university I went to in the UK, which was Sussex in the south, near Brighton, and the university I went to in Germany, in Freiburg, was that, as I said before, in Sussex, in Brighton, probably a small minority, I'm guessing maybe 5%, maybe less, of those, fewer than 5%, of those students came from the Brighton area. So even if they wanted to live at home with their parents, it wasn't practical because their families might have been from the north of England or Scotland or, a long way away. Whereas in Freiburg, in Germany, I would say that of the German students, the majority were from homes within commuting distance of the university. So what you actually found was that probably the majority of the German students were living at home in their families and their parents' house, which in the UK, as I say, is almost unheard of. I think very, very few students, when they're away at university, are living at home with their families, with their parents. Is that something which is also unusual in Thailand, to be living
Not
at home?
unusual at all. Not unusual at all.
Not unusual.
Yeah, quite a lot of my classmates still live with their parents. Sorry. Yeah,
So-
like I also still live with my parents. Yeah. It's
Okay.
not unusual at all.
You don't have your own place.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, because like we said before, yeah, the apartment is not that cheap. Like, yeah, cost of living here, considering the
income.
Yeah, considering the income, it's
Okay.
not that cheap. Actually.
Okay, so maybe this is a little bit more like Germany, where of the, not obviously the foreign students, but of the local Thai students, you said it's not unusual, maybe the majority of the Thai students, people like you, are actually living still at home.
Not unusual, but not the majority.
Not the majority,
but
but not unusual. Okay, whereas in the UK, as I say, it would be very unusual. I think probably 5%, very, very few, who are living at home in their parents' place. And here, okay, maybe not the majority, but not so unusual. Okay, that's a different. But I think you were saying before, this sort of tradition of parties, for example, partying, that's not a really big thing here in Thailand. And I think you mentioned to me that there's quite a strict ban on alcohol and alcohol consumption in the university, in the dormitory.
Yes, it's really, the rule is very strict. Yeah, so if you're caught with alcohol in the dormitory, you are going to be punished very badly. Yeah.
What does that mean, being punished?
Being punished is they'll give out a warning. Yeah. And then you have to do something to redeem your wrong.
Okay.
I don't know the details, but I know that the punishment is quite harsh. But if you're caught too many times, they can kick you out. Yeah, they can kick you out if you're caught too many times.
Okay.
So the alcohol here is actually quite strict. Not just the dormitory, like the whole uni is no alcohol allowed. Yeah.
Okay. So we're drinking our very nice, fresh fruit smoothies, but there's no way we'd get ourselves a cold beer if we wanted one here.
No.
Not allowed on the campus.
Because majority of the students are under the legal drinking age too.
Really?
Yeah, because drinking age in Thailand is 21.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, not 18 or 16 like in Europe. Yeah, so here is 21. Like
That's
in
more like
US.
the States.
Yeah, more like the
Because I think, depending on the state, I think
Yeah.
in the States, it can also be 21. Yeah. But I think there's also something of a tradition in the States of students having these big parties and so on. But I get the impression that the social aspect, the social life in Thailand is not quite so pronounced, maybe, for students.
We do have parties, but not as big or as grand as the Western
Yeah.
as the Western student.
Yeah.
If you want to party, we usually just go to a bar, pub, or club. Yeah.
Not-
We don't throw like fancy big party. It's not our culture to do that. Yeah. Because our parents wouldn't allow it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what would you say? And obviously, it's a generalization when I'm asking. What would you say the highlights are for most? And stay with this university here in Chiang Mai. What would you say the highlights are if you spend 3 or 4 years here at the university in Chiang Mai? Apart from leaving with your university degree, your diploma.
Highlight.
Yeah, what
My
would you say
highlight
are
is
the
that-
things that people would look back in years to come? What they look back on their time at university, what do you think they would be
I think
looking
the
back?
thing that we look back the most is the food here.
The food.
Yeah, there's a lot of street food. Yeah. And the atmosphere is very good. Yeah. When we walk here, it's not very hot at all. It's very shaded. Yeah. And it's not a very stressful environment, because the environment is a lot of trees, a lot of nature surrounding us,
Okay, so
And
the
we've been near
campus
the
itself.
mountain too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Campus is very beautiful.
Campus is very
I heard
beautiful,
the same thing actually about Chiang Mai. In fact, I heard, obviously being told that by a student from university in Chiang Mai, that the Chiang Mai University campus is considered the most beautiful in Thailand. Because it's like a large park with lakes and trees and so on. It's
We
very-
do have lakes too here.
Yeah.
I will show
We're
you.
going to have a look at that later, I think.
Yeah, a little bit
I've
later
seen
we'll
it
show you
before.
guys.
It's very attractive, and that's quite near in the middle of the campus as well, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's in the middle of campus, yes.
Okay. So the food—that's a big experience that people look back on
Yes.
after leaving.
Yeah.
So whereas maybe in the West, students might look back and reminisce about the parties they had when they were students, here maybe more about street food.
Yeah, street food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, We do have social life too, you know, but it's just not as big as the Western counterpart. Yeah. Thinking about it. I don't think it's not that interesting, actually. You know, the uni life is not that interesting. What I look back about more is, I think I look back to my high school life more than my uni
Really?
life. Yeah.
Why is that?
I think my high school life is more memorable because in high school there's a lot more activities that you do with your classmates. There's a lot more, you know, a lot more stuff going on. So you created a lot more memories with your friends. Yeah. In uni, it's a lot more spread out. Yeah. Some, like you and your friends, you might not necessarily taking the same course, you know. So we barely meet. Sometimes we barely meet at all. We barely see each other. So we're not that close compared to high school.
So this is a place that students like to come here after lessons, is that
Yes,
right?
after lesson, because it's a little bit windy.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
It's not too hot. It's a little bit windy.
A little bit of breeze. So which direction is that there? Is it going towards Doi Suthep that way?
Pardon?
Is this the direction of Doi Suthep?
Doorstep is, I think, that way.
Up there, yeah. So that's the west, yeah.
A lot of tourists. And actually, we share a fence with the zoo. Sometimes the animal from the zoo will escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they end up here. Some
It's
people
a good
have
place for
spotted
the crocodiles to come.
no crocodile. No one has spotted a crocodile yet, but they have spotted a peacock, a giraffe.
Wow, peacock's not going to do you too much harm. Crocodile or hippo? Everybody's filming themselves, look. So, of course, this is a place to come and relax. Or you can come do some nice jogging around the lake as well, huh?
Yes, a lot of people like to jog here. Yeah. You can go all the way over there, and there will be cafes there too. Over there, there's cafe too.
Is it good?
Haven't tried it yet.
How many years have you been here?
Usually after class, I would just go back home straight.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of things to do. You can see there are certain rules you have to follow.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Bicycles not allowed, motorcycles not allowed, yeah. No fires, pet not allowed, no food or drinks. I bet you there's people eating food and drinking here.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's closed at night. From 10 until 5, it's closed.
Yes.
So you can't come and sleep here. You can't bring your sleeping bag and
No, you can't. You can't.
do a little bit of wild camping. That would be nice. Let's look at this view here. That's nice. Oh,
Big
some
fish.
big fish down there, yeah.
Big fish.
Nice. Oh, what's over here?
Someone is fishing there. They are fishing.
Oh, yeah. Maybe some nice big fish in this lake, yeah?
There are some nice big fish there. Yeah. Also a lot of water snake too.
Yeah?
I've seen like a few snakes. Yeah.